Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So let's get on to solving the multiple choice questions for prelims 2020 and question number 1. Which of the following are included in the capital budget of the Government of India? So capital budget is our keyword here. Number 1. Expenditure on acquisition of assets like roads, buildings, machinery, etc. Number second, loans received from the foreign governments, alright, and the last is loans and advances granted to the states and union territories. So which of the following statements, so select the correct answer using the codes given below. What are the codes? So it's either 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or all of these. A fairly simple and easy question this is, so pause a bit and try to come up with the right answer here, but either way let's get on to the answer now. So basically we all know what is budget, a statement of our expenditure and revenue, government's expenditure or revenue if you're talking about the Government of India. But with the budget we are having capital word attached, so it means capital expenditure and capital receipts we are to be talking about here. So what is the capital expenditure and capital receipts? That's something that we already know. So based on this, answer becomes D, because capital expenditure so capital expenditure is one thing and capital receipts is the second thing, and we are not gonna discuss what those are. Let's just stick to the statement asked. So for first is expenditure on acquisition of assets like roads, buildings and machinery. So basically here this expenditure is leading to creation of assets, so that's indeed a capital expenditure. This is what capital expenditure is, where we are having addition of assets or reduction of liability. So yes, statement number 1 is indeed correct. So capital expenditure is a good thing, that's something I'm sure we know. Second is loans received from the foreign governments. So these are not aids, these are loans. So this is supposed to be paid back to the foreign governments when the time comes. So herein this is a sort of capital revenue, it's a capital receipt. So statement number 2 is also correct, that it's a part of capital budget. Last is loans and advances granted to the states and union territory. So basically Government of India is providing loan to the states. So because it's a loan, so states are supposed to pay it back to the government. So in a way Government of India is becoming creditor here. So that's how it is generating an asset, because this is something that Government of India would be getting back after some time, principal amount as well as interest. So that would make us say that statement number 3 is also correct. So yes, all of these statements are correct. So we have gotten our answer, it's D. So let's get on to the next question now. And we must be very thorough with what is the capital expenditure and capital receipts, because these are really simple concepts. So answer is D here, which we have already seen. Let's get on to the next question now, which is question number 2. This again is not so easy, but it's something that we are supposed to be knowing now. So with reference to International Monetary and Financial Committee, consider the following statements. What are these? Number 1. I'm sure International Monetary and Financial Committee is something that most of us would be hearing for the very first time, because it's not something that's been so in news. But either way, let's get on to the statements, which are these. IMFC discusses matters of concern affecting the global economy and advises the International Monetary Fund on the direction of its work. Fairly simple statement, either we know this or we don't. Second, the World Bank participates as observer in the meetings of IMFCs. Again, a factual thing that either we know or we don't. So basically here, answer is both of these statements are correct. Even if you do not know, don't worry, because it's of 2016 paper, so this thing might have been news back then. So that's it, we have gotten an answer. Try to memorize both of these points here itself, that yes, IMFC is something that does advise the IMF on to its work, and yes, World Bank participates as observer in its meeting. So that's it, we have gotten our answer. It's the both of these, that is statement number point number C. So let's get on to the next question now. Answer we have already seen, it's the C. Next question is again fairly simple, which is this. Here, which of the following best describes the term import cover sometimes seen in the news? So import cover is our keyword here. It's a fairly simple question. I must say 2016 paper was really easy. So what is that? Number one, it is the ratio of value of imports to the GDP. Alright. Second is it is the total value of imports of a country in a year. Third is it is the ratio between the value of exports and that of imports between two countries. And the last is it is the number of months of imports that could be paid for by a country's international reserves. So answer is really simple. It's the D. I'm sure we must have heard multiple times that in the year 1991 we were having import cover of barely 2 weeks. So import cover was what? It was like this point number D, that the number of months of import that could be paid for by a country's international reserve. So it's fairly self-explanatory. So I'm sure we've gotten the crux or idea here. Nothing much to be explained here as well. So let's get on to the last question now. Answer here is D. We have seen it, and let's get on to the last question now, which is again really simple. So here it is, number one. Which of the following statements is are correct regarding the Monetary Policy Committee, MPC? Again, MPC was quite in news back then, so it's really simple. One, it decides the RBI's benchmark interest rates. Alright. Second, it's a 12-member body including the governor of RBI and is reconstituted every year. Alright, and the last is it functions under the chairmanship of the Union Finance Minister. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Now herein the things that are quite in news, we need to be very thorough with them, and there is absolutely no need for us to go with any sort of elimination work here, because answer here is really simple. MPC is headed not by the Union Finance Minister but by the Reserve Bank of India. And second of all, it's not a 12-member body, it's a 6-member body. And third of all, which is indeed a correct statement, that yes, it decides the RBI's benchmark interest rate, which is the repo rate. So what is the RBI's benchmark interest rate? It is basically the repo rate, and we are not supposed to be even knowing this thing to arrive at the answer, because either way we have gotten our answer. Statement number 2 is incorrect, and 2 is here as well as here. That's how we've gotten our answer, that is A.